So I am very thrilled to be able to introduce our next speaker, who is a woman I have a lot of deep respect for. I first met Mirela about a year ago. She was a speaker at a conference that I was, and I was just blown away by actually her story is amazing. Mirela, she has just traveled light years in terms of her development as a human being, and now in terms of the impact that she's having worldwide, globally. So we're very lucky to have her with us today, actually. And I'll just say a few words by way of introduction. So Mirela Sula is founder and CEO of Global Woman Magazine and the Global Woman Club. She's an investor. She's a TEDx speaker. She's featured at Forbes, The Guardian, the BBC, the UN National Goodwill Ambassador. She's an ambassador for the UN. And she's going to talk today. And we've had just only a little bit of communication as we've put this together and got her here today. But I know that you will be talking about this, which is how to think big, grow, bring revolutionary ideas to the table, and take your movement global. So Mirela, over to you, my friend.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lorraine. What you're doing is amazing, and I'm very grateful for our friendship and the opportunity that you've given me to share my message. I have a mutual respect and admire what you do, and you never stop. And you don't have to do this, but you do because you follow your mission and you follow your heart, and you are serving women for empowerment and people for better development. So thank you so much. I just wanted to recognize you for this amazing work that you're doing. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Great to be here. Before I start, I would love to know if somebody in this room is interested to grow their personal brand or their brand in general in a global scale. So I just want to make sure if I'm in the right room. If somebody in this room would love to grow the personal brand or your business or whatever you do, your work, your projects, if you are already thinking global, because right now it never have been a better time than now to start thinking beyond your local area, beyond your country, beyond your thinking small. It's so much out there what we can do. Okay, so at least we have a few people who want to go global, because not everybody wants to go global, and that's okay. There is no right and wrong. At least we need to know what we want, because if we do not know what we want, how can we get it? So today I'm going to share a little bit about my journey. How did I come from a very small village with lots of challenges, coming to realize that I can do more, I can achieve more, and I can be more, and I can expand more. And from the moment that I got that decision with myself, I just started seeing things happening. And I guess I have found a kind of a blueprint where it starts. And it's not just about me, it's about anybody who has a desire to do more and to grow more. So I'm going to share the screen, and I will try to put it very briefly, what I have seen and what I have realized, that somehow it helps it has helped hundreds and thousands of women who have been working as part of Global Women Platform to identify where in the journey are they, and where they want to go, and how can they get there. Because that's once we simplify it, is much easier. So before, I want to take you in a kind of virtual journey to explore in what stage of this manifesto you are. So the good news is that the fact that you are here in this room today, you are all in this journey. And that's the test. How do we know that we are in the journey? Most of the people are not in the journey. They are stuck. They are absolutely paralyzed on the blaming mode, or in the victim mode, or in the I don't know mode, or it's not my fault mode, or whatever mode. That means that they will never be able to move unless they change their mindset. And you know what? Nothing changes until something moves. And in order for you to start seeing some improvements and changes and developments in your life, you have to take yourself in a journey. And the good news is that you have, because the world is divided in two parts. People who are sleeping, and they are in the mode that I just mentioned, where like they have no clue why their life it is as it is, and why their life is not changing, when in fact they're doing nothing to change it. But once you realize that it's up to you, it's not about other people. And yes, their job, other people's job, is not to help you. Other people's job is to stop you. And they're doing a good job. When they try to stop you, that's their job. Because then our job is to do whatever it takes to get out of that stagnation. Because if we are in the comfort zone where everybody is supporting us, everybody is just cheering us, you know what? We stay in a comfort zone and it doesn't change. And if we don't change over and over again, that means that we are not growing, because there is no growth without change. So what happens when we wake up? Usually we wake up when something like this happens. I will come back to this. Let me put it into this mode. Okay, so I guess you are in an entrepreneurship journey, which means that you got an idea and you got excited and you took yourself into the new journey, being very optimistic, very hopeful that your life is going to change now because you've taken a decision. So type yes if you already have taken yourself into entrepreneurship journey. I would just want to see who is an entrepreneur here. Let me go back to the chat. I want to see in the chat who is an entrepreneur here. If I can, and if you have taken that, perfect. So we have quite a few entrepreneurs here. I want also to know, so how do you feel when you have an idea to start a business? How does it feel? Can you also put, oh, I'm trying to find the chat here. Oh, every time I click, it's just showing me this. Okay, I found it. So how do you feel? I just want to see, how do you feel when you have a good idea? When you feel like, oh, this is it. This is it. Something that I've been waiting for. Okay. Everybody is saying excited, excited, inspired. All right. You know how I feel? I feel really bad. I feel really bad. And let me tell you why. I feel bad because now I know what an idea means to me. An idea means that I have to immediately start taking actions and implement that idea, because this is going to be amazing. Now, type in the chat if you had ideas all the time, but you didn't take actions. If you had some ideas before, but you didn't take actions. The reason why I feel sad when I realize I have a brilliant idea is like, ouch, why I didn't think about this idea before. I wish Global Woman would come into my mind 20 years ago, 30 years ago, not 7 years ago. Why it didn't come before? Why the idea of me moving to London didn't come 30 years ago? Like many of my friends moved to London before, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. I was scared. Every time an idea would come to my mind would scare me. I would say, no, it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. Now, in fact, it was a good idea. It's not such thing a good idea. Every idea that is reaching your mind is a great idea to start taking actions, because universe has given you that idea for a reason. It's not coming to you by accident. Otherwise, this idea would go to your friend or to your neighbor or to your colleague. It has reached you for a reason. And it took me quite a while to realize that when an idea has reached my mind, in fact, it's an honor. It's a great honor. And I have to honor it. If I don't honor it and I don't show gratitude and say, thank you for bringing me this idea, you know what I'm doing? I am insulting the idea. It's an insult, because God or universe or wherever you believe has given you something and you're not taking actions. Now, this idea has been hanging around for a while, but we don't see it And here's the thing, what I want you to take away. The fact that you don't see it doesn't mean it's not there. The world is full of opportunities for all of us. Why some people see it and some people don't see it? Many ideas that before have been there in front of my eyes didn't make any sense to me. I would be in front of a brilliant opportunity and I would not be able to put a meaning and to realize that this is such a huge potential. Now, I feel like when an idea comes to me and it starts getting a meaning, I feel like, why in earth I didn't put a meaning to this before? Why in earth I didn't honor this idea before? Why I didn't attract this idea before? So we have to be an attraction for amazing ideas, because you know what? When we attract them and we start implementing them, they come more to you. Now, you know what I do every morning when I wake up? You know what I do? I pray, I meditate, I say, God, universe, if you have some brilliant ideas and you send it to these people who are scared to take them and to implement them, please bring them to me. I promise I am going to take actions immediately. Now, what stops people to take actions is fear. Now, when a brilliant idea comes to you and you start getting excited, is because you have elaborated so much that potential, and finally you feel ready for it. And you feel ready for it and you think that is going to change your life, and it is going to change your life until you start coming to this dark zone. So a dark zone is something that we cannot avoid. As entrepreneurs, as dreamers, as visionaries, we all have to go through this. It's not such thing like this ever, ever, ever happens to anybody in the world. I am surrounded with top billionaires. They all have lots of challenges, lots. Even a few days ago, I was speaking with a friend of mine. She has built many times 8-figure business. And I said, darling, you have passed this now. I said, I am just telling you something that maybe is going to disappoint you. It's never such thing. You pass it. You do not pass, you ever pass that dark zone. All we need to do, I'm going to keep it short, it's not avoiding it, it's dealing with it. It's being excited about the dark zone, being excited both in dark moments and light moments, because that's part of the journey. So most of the businesses fail in the first 2 years of their expansion because people get scared to that dark moment. They approach that dark moment where they have been working flat out, they have invested all their money, they have lost maybe lots of friends and people around them, and they have no more savings. They're terrified, and they do not know that maybe just the night before they give up, the day after, they may wake up and boom, an opportunity has shown up, and it's the next level. So people give up because they're scared to face that dark moment. And business is not about how smart you are, or how great you are, or how amazing you are, or how many educations or qualifications and degrees you have. It's all about one big thing: resilience. How much can you take? How much can you take when the whole world is against you? How much can you take when your business is just about crashing? How much can you take where all your employees leave you? How much can you take where your partners have betrayed you? How much can you take where everybody around you start doubting you? How much can you take where you feel you're so alone and you're in tears and you're in pain and you feel that what you have built is just about to disappear because people lost your trust? You have to go through that. How much can you take on that? Business is not just about being amazing in shiny days. It's standing in your power in every single day and believing in your vision, that brilliant idea that has reached your mind in the day one. You have to stay loyal to every single moment of that journey, even when it feels really scary. You do not give up when everybody's giving up on you. You do not give up when you're burning out. You do not give up when you're exhausted. You do not give up when you're tired. When you do not give up when you're just about to lose faith. You give up only when you have arrived. When you have arrived, you know when you have arrived. You have arrived when you feel that you have achieved something that you promised yourself. Because success, the best definition of success is you start something and you complete it. And if you want the definition of failure, it's like you start something and you give up. And you say, it didn't work. It was not my fault because they cheated on me or betrayed on me or nobody supported me or they did this or they did that. It's very easy to blame other people. But does that feel right for you? Does that complete you? If the answer is no, then all we need to do, and this is what I teach all day long, is like, please, please, please do not worry about problems. Problems are amazing opportunities for us to grow. You worry only if you are smaller than the problem. If you are bigger than the problem, there is no such thing called problem. If the problems are smaller than you, they don't exist. You just have a solution like that. You don't worry. That's why we need to build resilience in our entrepreneurship journey. Usually, where do we build that? Where do we move to the next level? Which is this one is the next level. Sorry, this one. This is where you start the next level journey, is usually when you have experienced a breakthrough, when you experience a traumatic, because traumatic event doesn't mean that you have to go through disasters. It can be anything, a little thing. Maybe somebody has betrayed you, or maybe you lost money, or maybe you did a bad investment, or you did have a family issue, or maybe you got sick, or maybe
all of the above.
Yeah, anything. Yeah. So sometimes something like this, an event, a life event, needs to happen in order for us to wake up call. And what happens when we have a wake up call? We wake up. And what happens when we wake up? We change the focus, we change the desire. So the very first step when we wake up is, you know what? We want to start desiring something different. We want something different. We become ambitious. We start thinking like, now I'm ready. Now I know I'm doing what I'm doing. Now I know my calling. Now I know my purpose. Now I know my why. I am not going to give up, because once you have found your purpose, you do not give up when challenges come. So when you know what you want, you know what is the next step. You start exploring. You seek for something. You want something more. And when you want something more, you just keep exactly what you're doing right now. You're exploring. You definitely are at least in the stage 2, because you are exploring how to fulfill that desire, how to fulfill that purpose. And you are all the time seeking and seeking and seeking more. But as you move from one place to another to explore how to fulfill that desire, you come to a place when you know much more. At the end of this summit, you definitely will know more. Definitely, because you have met so many amazing people who have shared their ideas and their journeys. And at the end of the day, you will know more. You are an expert. But as you go out there and you share what you have learned today, people start seeing you as an achiever, because now you can do more. If you know more, you can do more. And you know what happened when you achieve more? By just being who you are and doing what you are meant to do, you start influencing people. And you know what means an influencer? An influencer means that you have the ability to inspire other people to take actions. What Lorraine is doing right now, it's inspiring you to take actions. She has invited you to be part of this. And this is what it means to influence, to encourage people to change, to move. And then the last stage, which is my favorite stage, where we are in the place where we have the ability to contribute, to give. Money, all the women that are in my Global Woman platform, they have a one burning desire to contribute, to give. They are givers. Every woman is a giver. But here's the thing, you cannot give something that you don't have. That's why first we need to have that ambitious desire. We need to search for it. We need to own it, to claim it, to take ownership and responsibility of our knowledge and wisdom, because knowledge doesn't apply itself. And then once we have taken ownership of our knowledge, expertise, and knowledge and wisdom, then we go and give out there. Now, type yes if you'd like, very shortly in 5 minutes, to show you how did I implement for myself? If I have your permission to share a little bit of my journey. If you would, yeah, if you would like, I can share.
Definitely, definitely, Mirela, your journey is an amazing one. Please share it.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, great. So very shortly, very briefly, just to share, how did this formula really help me? And I've seen when women identify which stage of the journey, and by the way, can you put in the chat which stage of your journey you identify yourself here? Which stage of this manifesto you think you are? Maybe you can put it into the chat, and it'll be great to see if you see if you can put it out there. Okay, so in 2012 I moved to London with a handbag as a single mother with my teenager son. And when I say with a handbag, I really mean it, because I lost the luggages on the way. I lost the flight, I lost the luggage. It was 12 midnight and I had nothing. I had no clue where I was going. I didn't know anybody in the country. And I just found myself crying and my son crying with me. It's a long story. I don't have time to share it today, but at the end, finally, a friend of mine who I found in Facebook, because she saw me calling somebody in Facebook, please help me. She came in the airport with her husband and took me and kept me in their house for a week until they helped me to find a studio flat to start my life from scratch. That was the end of 2012, when I moved in a student visa with no work permit, with no rights, very, very limited rights. And it was tough. The first 3 years, it was tough. But honestly, when I turn my head around, I can see I really enjoyed it, because I knew it was an amazing training for me as a leader to go through that dark moment so I can equip myself with that resilience. The resilience doesn't come with good days, doesn't come where everything is ready for you just to experience. The real experience is when you go through it. And now when I meet women who come to me and they come crying, I'm a psychologist by background. Before, I used to cry with my clients. Now, when women come and say, I had a bad day, I said, it's good, don't worry. And said, tell me the worst things that happen in your life. And they said, oh, really? Do you really want to know? I said, everything, yes, please. And they start telling me all these traumas. I said, darling, this is great. This is good stuff. And they look at me and say, what do you mean? This is resilience. This is strength. This is the real power. This means that you have been going through all of this and look where you are today. Now you have a diploma of strength and resilience, and you have the authority to go out there and help others, bring others to that journey and help them to go through it, to not give up, because you're not a quitter. Somebody who had a very easy life can try to mentor you, can try to coach you and say, don't worry, it's okay. But you never experienced that. When women come and say, look, I was homeless. I've been there. I've been abused. Oh, don't worry. It's okay. You will recover. Don't worry. I just try to kind of don't let that drama and trauma to get us into that negativity, but pick ourselves up and move and say, I'm jobless. Don't worry. It's okay. We can sort that out. Let's bring more, and say, oh, but I lost my child, or I lost my friend, or I lost my family member, or I went through grief, or I went through whatever, and say, whatever you have been going through, that is your blueprint. And we can take that and stand in our power. So this is what I mean. The business is resilience. And if you have been going through all of this, that means that you are really amazing, because universe has given you that for a reason, because it means that you are capable to go through it. Now, if your life has been easy peasy, it's not your fault, my darling. Don't worry. I mean, many times now women come to me and said, I'm so sorry, I really had a good life. They feel sorry they had a good life. So you see now how can we shift it? And I said, darling, let's try to get something. I mean, I met a woman just a few weeks ago, And we were trying to find some dramas, and she really didn't have. I mean, she tried to find some when I was a child. The teacher said this. I said, "Can you remember, please? Can you remember? Bring me something really, like really bad that happened into your life." And she couldn't. I said, "Darling, it's not your fault. Maybe universe has blessed you with some great karma. So don't worry, we'll find the storytelling in a different way, because it's all about storytelling." Now, if you had been going through tough time, that's good news. If you haven't, that's not a very good news, but we will find a way. We'll find a way. How do we create a story about that? So congratulations for everybody who had a really tough time, because now it's time for us to take ownership of it and turn it into victory, turn it into amazing. So what happened to me? This is what I did. I just started that day. I decided to go the very first event in London when I had just arrived. I met Kim Kiyosaki. I saw lots of speakers in events like this, like Lorraine is doing. And I took a decision, said, that's my mission. And from that moment, it never stops. I started working with Kim, running master classes. I interviewed her. I interviewed Robert Kiyosaki. I shared the stage with them many times. Elena Cardone. I started traveling around the world, sharing the stage with Gary Vee, Grant Cardone, all big names, all gurus. And I started my own business in 2017. And by the end of 2019, I had already launched 27 clubs around the world. And even though at the beginning I started speaking and saying, sorry for my English, because I was like really not feeling good enough. But you know what? Once you put yourself in that mission and you show consistency and you show loyalty to your vision, it just, like, as you can see, I have shared the stage and the vision and the mission and my purpose with top people in the world. These people that I was reading their books when I was in the village under the trees and visualizing myself. How do I get myself out of here? How do I get myself into a place where I can have freedom, I have power, I have choices? And you have, everybody have. So now I built my own business, which is franchise around the world. I share the stage with top big names that are creating a big influence in the world. I surround myself with amazing people who inspire me a lot. And I am able to also help my ladies to become influencers. As you can see, all these opportunities that I have created for myself, I also give now to other people. And my mission is to create more influencers, women who have the ability to go out there and inspire others to take actions. I have 5 magazines. I have over 20 clubs around the world. And my mission is to build confidence in women and to build the ability to make their own choices when it comes to build that financial freedom. Because 2 things that women really need to invest in themselves is confidence and financial freedom. I now do have book projects, TV shows, podcasts, and I help women to become public speakers, published authors, best-selling authors, building their own podcast, starting their own business, creating funnels, go online, do social media, travel the world, living their dreams. And honestly, it doesn't matter where you are right now. It doesn't, whatever stage of your journey you are right now, it just doesn't matter. What it matters, you taking that decision and knowing where you want to go. And everything is possible. So I moved to this country with nothing, just a dream, a broken dream, with my teenager son. Today, he has finished his degree in biomedical science. He's following a master's in one of the top universities here in the UK. I've found the love of my life, a man who supports me 100%, and it stands by me to this empowerment. We also have created Global Men Club because we want to also to educate men to support women. And I'm living the dream of my life. And I think if I could build this in just such a short time, everybody can do it. And I'm in a mission to do whatever it takes to give women hope There is hope out there where you can be the best version of yourself. You can have choices to surround yourself with the right people, to put yourself in the right environment, and to choose the right, correct thinking, because this is where the source of everything starts. Once you start feeding your subconscious mind and have power in the level of thoughts that you want and decide to entertain, everything starts changing there, because thoughts become words, words become language, language becomes behavior, behavior bring actions, actions create values, and we take decisions based in values. What are your values, my darlings? If your values is showing you that it's a limited belief that is limiting you to live your life fully, you need to go and change your level of thoughts. Because my values before were like, I am here in this world to serve a family in the village, to serve my husband, to be a good wife. And a good wife, according to my value, is like, close your mouth, do not do anything without asking them. I even didn't have the rights to leave the house, to go to the shop, to buy something without asking permissions to all family members. So that was my value at that time. But then I wake up, and sometimes something has to happen to wake up, and you are shaken and you start doubting these values. And then you go back and you start changing one at a time until you feel empowered to take decisions, to change your life. And once you have done it for yourself, you are in a mission to go and help others do the same.
Mirela,
And,
I'm going to just come in and be the time person here to just remind you, this is, there's so many things that you have said that resonate with me, but I also wanted to just mention, because you actually didn't mention this, that you put on amazing events, because I was lucky enough to attend your event last summer. In the Tower, one of the Tower, a big hotel near Tower Bridge. I can't remember the name of the exact hotel, but this was an amazing weekend. It was just incredible. You had people came from all over the world to present alongside Mirela. She had Deepak Chopra was the keynote speaker. And then so many other amazing women, and it was just really incredible. And I believe that you're doing that again this summer. Is that right?
Yes, I would love to have you back, Lorraine. Absolutely. You are amazing. You add so much value to our community, and thank you for this opportunity.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm really glad to have had this opportunity to, to really connect with you, because we've kind of not really had a chance to really get to know each other, but in like this. So it's been great to talk to you. And you can see why, I want to say to the audience, you can see why this woman is so successful, because you have this incredible energy, and you're able to put into conceptual understanding this journey, the journey of becoming success, and how you have to go through this dark period of time. And boy, do I know that one. I know, but it's part of it. As you say, it's part of it.
It is, yeah, you're right, absolutely, yeah. And yes, you're right. I would love to get to know more about you and everybody in the room. And sometimes I feel guilty because I have taken myself into a journey where I'm meeting thousands of people, and my memory is just letting me down. I can't remember everybody unless I meet them at least 2-3 times, and I feel bad when I say, "What is your name again?" And I apologize that now I call everybody darling, at least. Yeah, they don't.
Well, we put all your contact details in the chat, and we
Thank you
will
so
be
much.
putting that out over through all of the replays and everything that we do. Thank you so much again, Mirela.
Thank you, Lorraine. Great to be here, and wish you all the best. And please, please support Lorraine, whatever she's doing. I endorse you 100%, because it's not just me, but also my directors and many members who have been able to work with you have shared amazing things about you. So I just wanted to say that I 100% endorse what you do.
Thank you so much. Okay, bye-bye, my dear.
Thank you.